The sun burned warmly over a luxurious private beach, where Thomas Andre lay stretched out on a massive sunbed, enjoying a peaceful sunbath. Beside him stood his secretary, Laura, holding a tablet. She cleared her throat softly. "Master, I think you've forgotten something." Thomas didn't open his eyes. Did I?" Laura stepped closer. "You said that after visiting the Azura Guild, you'd go to Korea." Thomas finally turned his head slightly, a grin tugging at his lips. "I'm eating Sung Suho. That fruit isn't ripe enough to harvest yet." Laura blinked. "Fruit?" Thomas chuckled, finally sitting up. "By showing the Azura Guild what we're capable of, Scavenger's public image is refreshed. And Suho, he's awakened again and became an S rank, right? For us, there's nothing to gain by going to Korea right now." Laura narrowed her eyes slightly. "Didn't you want to take revenge for Randolph?" Thomas fell silent. Then softly, "Revenge? I just want to mourn. Using your own death in the most meaningful way possible. Isn't that the greatest tribute you can give to Randolph?" Laura quietly held out the tablet. "Then this might be that very moment." Thomas took it, and his expression changed instantly. On the display, first S-rank gate appears in Korea since the Cataclysm. International Hunter Support requested. Thomas smiled, a calm, dangerous smile. "The fruit is ripe now. Laura, contact Korea. Tell them Scavenger will help. Prepare the jet. We're heading to Korea right now." "Understood," Laura replied. Thomas rose to his feet, looking toward the sky. "Randolph, I promise you, I'll make sure your death is paid for dearly." The scene shifted to Korea. Choi Jong-in stood, staring in disbelief at the item Suho created with shadows. "This is..." A system window hovered beside it. Shadow item. Torch, level 0.1. Creation rank, heroic. Type, accessory, bracelet. Def plus 40. STR plus 3. AGI plus 5. VIT plus 4. Int plus 9. Fire damage plus 50%. Active skill, rapid ignition LV.1. For 1 minute. Fire skill casting time minus 30%. Mana cost, 300. Suho approached him quietly. "This is shadow gear I made for you, Hunter Choi Jong-in. It's called Torch." Choi Jong-in wore the bracelet carefully. "Thank you." His thoughts tightened. Growth type gear, personally crafted by Hunter Sung Suho. "If I hunt monsters now, I can grow stronger too." He looked back at Suho. "You've given other hunters growth weapons too, haven't you? Aren't you pushing yourself too hard?" Hunter Sung Suho. Suho's body trembled as he tried to stand straight. "It's fine. I already finished making the gear for everyone who was there." But he didn't look fine at all. Baru watched from side, clicking his tongue internally. Of course he'd be exhausted. He hunted monsters day and night to create heroic-grade items. And in the remaining time, he completed Amit's daily quests. He's been restoring stamina with potions for 2 days without rest. Choi Jong-in saw Suho yawn uncontrollably, barely able to keep his eyes open. He's pushing himself too far, just to keep his word. Choi clenched his fists. "I'll have to work harder, so Hunter Sung Suho's effort doesn't go to waste." Suho adjusted his breathing, steadying himself after days of non-stop crafting. "Now we just need to deliver this gauntlet to Chairman Wu Jinchul." Choi Jong-in nodded. "If you're going to the Hunter Association, I'll go with you." Suho shook his head. "You don't have to go that far." "No," Choi replied. "I actually have business there too. Thomas Andre is supposed to visit today." Suho's expression stiffened. Thomas Andre, the U.S. National Power Level Hunter? The scene shifted to the city as Suho and Choi Jong-in entered the towering Hunter Association building. The atmosphere was tense. Suho looked ahead. A massive crowd of hunters stood lined up in front of the chairman's office, stone-faced and intimidating. "There are a lot of people here." Choi Jong-in let out a quiet hum. "They're probably Scavenger Guild members under Thomas Andre." He turned to Suho. "Hunter Sung Suho, please wait here for a moment." Suho watched them from a distance. "Scavenger, the guild that attacked us in the pyramid dungeon for the rewards. Are these guys joining the S-rank gate too?" Choi stepped inside the office. Inside the chairman's office, Wu Jinchul, head of the Korean Hunter Association, greeted him warmly. "You're here, Hunter Choi Jong-in." Choi took a seat beside him. Across the table sat a mountain of a man, unmistakably Thomas Andre, with Secretary Laura at his side. Wu Jinchul introduced them. "This is the leader of our Korean raid force." Choi bowed politely. "Hello, I'm Choi Jong-in of the Hunters Guild." His internal thoughts tightened. So this is America's #1 hunter. Thomas smiled, leaning back. Nice to meet you. I assume I don't need to introduce myself. Choi swallowed. His presence is overwhelming. Laura stepped forward, placing a document on the table. Then let's begin. These are Scavenger Guild's conditions for joining the S-Rank Gate. She raised one finger. First, Korea may not accept support from any foreign guild besides Scavenger. A second finger. Second, Scavenger takes 80% of the gate's rewards. Wu Jinchul slammed his hands on the table. 80%? That's outrageous. Thomas let out a small laugh. Outrageous. He casually lifted one leg and placed it on the table, leaning in with a predator's smile. This is a perfectly reasonable offer. Korea asked for foreign aid, which means you've judged you cannot clear an S-rank gate on your own. His voice dropped, cold and confident. Considering the damage of a dungeon break, we're cheap. Choi Jong-in whispered to Wu Jinchul. It seems they didn't come to negotiate, but to threaten us. Wu Jinchul's voice grew firmer. We requested support because we cannot measure this gate's threat level. And you should know that Korea recently gained 2 new S-rank hunters. He stared directly at Thomas Andre. No matter how you look at it, your conditions are absurd. We'll decline Scavenger's help and request support from other nations. Thomas Andre leaned back in his chair, his voice turning colder. Do you know about the incident in the Egyptian field-type dungeon? Unfortunately, we lost Randolph, a core Scavenger member, along with several valuable hunters. Wu Jinchul's expression tightened. Thomas continued, his gaze sharp. And at the scene, besides our guild, the Azura Guild was present, and a group of Korean hunters. His fingers tapped the table. Rumors spread. That Scavenger was inferior to Azura after that. He clenched his jaw. To restore our honor, I visited the Azura Guild myself. And through one of their members, I learned the name of the Korean hunter who was there. He turned slightly. Laura, what was that name again? His name is Sung Suho, she replied. Both Wu Jinchul and Choi Jong-in flinched in shock. Thomas's eyes narrowed. Yes, Sung Suho. It seems he's connected to Randolph's death. His next words sliced through the air like a blade. If you refuse our offer, the compensation for Scavenger's losses will be paid with the life of Korea's precious new S-rank hunter. Silence hit the room. Thomas leaned forward. Still planning to refuse? Or maybe your final weapon, the raid captain, will try stopping me. Choi Jong-in's face twisted. I have to endure this. After the Apostle of Iterim and the S-rank gate. If we add Scavenger as an enemy too, it'll only drag Suho down. But then, a voice erupted from outside the office. Listening quietly is just making me mad. Another voice. Hey Brad, where do you think you're going? A frustrated growl. Come out while I'm asking nicely. A snarl. You crazy bastard. And Suho's voice, sharp as a blade. I said come out. The door burst open. Suho stepped inside, dragged by more than 5 Scavenger hunters gripping him tightly. Yet none of them could actually restrain him. Thomas's eye twitched, the vein on his forehead bulging with rising fury. Choi Jong-in gasped. Suho. Suho raised one hand apologetically. Sorry for jumping in so suddenly. If this causes problems, you can scold me afterward. Choi stuttered. What are you trying to do? Suho simply shrugged. And all at once, every Scavenger hunter holding him flew backward, crashing into walls like ragdolls. Gasps filled the room. Suho stepped forward, eyes locked on Thomas. You're the U.S. National Power Level hunter, right? His tone was sharp, unshaken. Scavenger demanded 80% of the profits. Inside a gate, whoever claims the spoils first owns them. He narrowed his eyes. If Scavenger is really superior to us, then taking more than 80% should be easy, right? Wu Jinchul and Choi Jong-in's faces darkened with horror. He didn't just provoke him. He declared war. Thomas rose slowly from his seat. He grinned. Interesting. He stepped forward until he stood in front of Suho, their auras scraping against each other. What will you do if I pulp you right here and now? Then people will say Scavenger flew to Korea only to cause chaos. Suho's aura flared, a deep, violent purple. And what gives you the confidence to think I'll lose? Thomas removed his glasses, eyes blazing with anger. Brat. A golden aura exploded from his body. Purple and yellow mana roared through the room. 2 monsters facing each other, moments away from war. And with Suho and Thomas Andre's auras colliding, The entire Hunter Association trembles. Two absolute monsters standing face to face, ready to ignite a war that could shake the world. That's where today's chapter ends. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because the next chapter will be even more intense. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.